The topic of my presentation. Good morning to all. The topic of my presentation is biomechanical preparation, which includes the preparation of the root canal system by mechanical objectives and its biological objectives. And the instrument types, which includes basic intracanal instruments, manually operated, low speed operated, engine driven, manually operated instruments, standardization 1 to 100 in size, point tip of the range 0.1 mm, and the tip and axis is 75 degree plus or minus 5 degree, color code instrument available in 5 sizes: white, yellow, red, blue, green, and the black. Manually operated instruments are generally called fells. Cross section, which is square and triangular. Foods more or less, flexibility less or more, cutting action, file remain apical, transportation more or less, transport of debris poor and better, modification of K flex rhomboidal or the diamond shaped blanks have and the increase of flexibility and cutting efficiency. Flex or felt manufactured flex by grinding in the region. Headstub instruments, also known as headstrom files, or milled from round stainless steel blanks, efficient for translated strokes. Radicular wall bending, modification of H file, safety H file, high flex, unifill, and S files of the regions are, which includes as the flex or file, K reamer files, K flex files, K flex and headstrong file, and the unifile files of the regions of. Includes barbed broaches, short-handled instruments of the region, sizes and color codes. Broaches should never force into the canal in case of low-speed engine-driven instruments. This includes GD drills, gauge drills, long thin shaft safety tips preferred for actions or against the outer wall cut away from the region. Piezo removal, corner flaring or during post-preparation. Rotational speed is 800 to 1200, parallel and longer when compared to the GD drills. The size of this drill is also numbered from 1 to 6, similar to the of GGs. Engine-driven instruments of the regions and the benefits of night instrumentation. Disadvantage of night instrumentation: files are super flexible, able to work around significant curvature. Instrument fractures can still be unpredictable. Instruments are flexible but are liable to fractures when work around curvature with a small radius. Risk increases with increasing file diameter. Overseas will still result in zipping and transportation more expensive of the regions are. Tip designing guides to the file of the canal types, not cutting types. Important. I'm familiar with the tip design, in particularly rotary instrument, longitudinal, fluid and radial land of the regions are. Helical angle, which is for cutting edge and long axis of the file. Obtuse angle, positive or cutting. Acute angle, negative or scraping. K3 pro taper, Hero 642 raise contact and flex master files. Which is positive rectangle, negative rectangle. Positive rectangle is suitable for the generalized cutting. A pitch, the distance between the point of leading edge and the small pitch, more number of spirals and greater helix angle. Variable pitch and helical angle and varying taper. Taper amount of file diameter increases each and the along the working surface from tip towards the handle of the file. Example: profile system, varying or graduating contact, progressive pro taper of the region. Development of rotary 90 file system. Since the introduction of metrology file design, generation 1, these instruments include rotary 90 file system with a constant taper and radial length and neural negative rate angle of the region. Generation 2, generation 3, generation 4, 5, 6, 7. Now single file system is reciproc wave 1, FT, SAP and one shape canal. First generation MC pattern Johnson, and followed by means of second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation, followed by the regions. Grouping of instrument according to the mode of cutting and details. First generation, which includes a light speed, which is normal, and the files were milling and shaping U-shape design. Flight of the regions introduced by Ben Johnson. Profile systems. As constant 29% increases in the tip diameter of the region. The greatest the JGT file was introduced by Dr. Steve Butcher in 1994. Rake angle neutral, cutting tip, non-cutting and rounder, cross-section, radial and cross-sectional design of the region. Contact Cibron endo. This is the most the accepted file. Cross-section is S-shape, cutting tip is non-cutting. Tip diameter is 0.25 mm. Used in graduating taper technique, 300 rpm to 350 rpm for 3 to 5 seconds. Second generation files, which includes a K3 unique cross section designs are 0.02 to 0.04 of the region. U file K3 files of the region. Positive rectangle, reduced rectangle, radial length is relief, and third radial length stabilizes the regions. K3 is one of the good file systems, followed by means of M2, which is VDW. The company introduced in 2004. Rectangle is positive rectangle, cutting tip is a non-cutting safety tip of the regions. Basic sequence, which includes 1004, 1506, 2006, 2506. The design of the race and the significant and the races, which includes triangular cross section, cutting safety tips of the regions. The BT race, which includes instrument. The first is 6 by 8 BDA, followed by means of non-taper 35, finally 35 large root canals 4 by 40, 4 by 50 instruments are also available. Cross section, convex triangular cross section with the sharp cutting edges, cutting tip, non-cutting tips, rake angle, positive RA. The flex motor systems issuing different tapers of 2%, 4%, and 6%. Instruments are the sizes from 15 to 70, allows centered preparation of both constricted and wider canals of the regions. Narrow canals on the progressive canals of the region, progressive taper, modified gating tip, varying tip taper, new cross section, varying helical angle and pitch, new cross section of the regions, in DO, D14 and taper of the region, shaping canal file, shaping 1 and 2, and finishing files of the region. These are the various file systems of the Pro Taper Gold, which is one of the most significant, which is followed by XS, S1, S2, followed by F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Yeah. Increased flexibility, gated resistance to cyclic fatigue, shorter and the handle. Third generation profile, vortex, vortex blue. Typhon twister files, K3 files of the region, designed by LG Stephen Bohan. The design principle similar to that of GT. Main difference or uses of M2 files are profile vortex in 2009. Display Tesla Dental introduced this cross section, triangular cross section with radial lens, so it will be positive rake angle. It is available in the ISO tips of 15 to 50, 0.04 to 0.06, taper speed of 500 RPM. In 2012, vortex blue was manufactured advanced thermomechanical of the regions, quad and the Q taper file, 5th generation file system, which includes HyFlex CM files, which has a positive rectangle and triangular cross sections, square and radial cross sections. It is available in the size of coronal hand files 2004, 2504, 2006, and the 3004, 4004. These are the various types. Typhoons are the clinician choice dental products, new the microfilm, which is available only in USA, not in India. Which is available which files of the regions are twisted files. Care Cibron Endo is now stopped in India production, but its cross section is triangular in cross sections. It is available in various sizes, and T4 adaptive, which is not also available not in India. Its cross section is triangular. In case of distance, rotation speed is reduced to 3770. Hereby in conclude, understanding the concept of file system and understanding the metallurgy part of the file helps in significant reduction in the cyclic fatigue of the files and helps to the comes of treatment and the basic success of the treatment of root canal. Thank you.